I have gotten the Platinum Trophy on Ubisoft's latest Assassin's Creed game, and it pleasantly surprised me. But now it is time to get the Platinum Trophy on arguably Ubisoft's best Assassin's Creed installment. It's time for Assassin's Creed 2. Now I will admit, I did get this 100% before over on Xbox, but I needed that dopamine hit from the Platinum poppin'. My name is Rezi, and I have a dumb addiction to obtaining Platinum Trophies, so if you also love playing games to get absolutely everything out of them, be sure to hit that subscribe button and smash the like button for this absolute masterpiece. Let's get into it. Now this is a real start to a story right at the birth of the one and only
Ezio Auditore da Firenze.
This leads us to the birth of an assassin, as we are reborn now as Ezio Auditore da Firenze. Back as Desmond, as we now needed to escape Asturgo as things were getting hot. Doing this with ease meant Lucy here shoved us in the back of a car, but hey, at least we got another trophy here for breaking out of Asturgo nice and easy. We turn up to this warehouse and meet some new people, and honestly I only remember Sean as he was the biggest prick in existence. But anyway, meet and greet over, let's hop into the Animus 2.0 and get the real story going. Finally, to play as Ezio, this is what I'm here for. Starting off with a fight between two rival gangs. I won't go into too much lore and depth on this game, since I know a lot of you have played the game before, but this game just has a lot of family drama to say the least. With a wholesome moment now of Ezio and his brother have a nice race up to the top of the building before we are met with the glorious title sequence. God, this is one of my favorites. Going to take an opportunity here to plug my TikTok, since I did post my reaction to this amazing moment. I do turn most of them into shorts on the channel, but TikTok sees it all first. You know what they say, duty calls, or is it booty calls?
But only for a minute.
A minute is all I need.
Indeed.
Well, wait, that came out wrong.
Didn't realize Ezio had it in him like that. God damn. Back to normality though, as I was sent around Florence to run some errands, and like I said, I've gotten 100% before, so I knew there were a few trophies I needed to get. The first one being high dive, essentially for doing a leap of faith off the tallest building in Florence. And then on our errands, I run into Leonardo da Vinci. Come on, this is peak gaming right here. Two absolute icons. The errands quickly come to an end as we discover that our father is now in prison, when with a pretty poor attempt to save him, we climb the prison and he gives us some information that is quite handy to us actually. He tells us to go to his office as there is a gift for us hidden behind a door, and I run super lightning fast to get to his office and get the easiest trophy in the game. This gift is no other than the infamous assassin's robes. Now with the robes on, I arrive at this dickhead's house as I give him some information to hopefully free my family, but it does absolutely piss all. Later that morning, my family is about to be publicly executed at the hand of this fatty with his hood up. Trust me, he'll get what's coming for him. But for now, that wraps up sequence 1, and what a pain of betrayal it was. The Ezio villain arc starts now. Before carrying on, I used my eagle vision to scan this glyph, and it gave us a trophy. Basically, these glyphs are like little puzzles that are just super easy to do, and then for completing the first one, we get our first piece of Subject 16's video and conveniently get another trophy for it. I'll go more in depth on what these videos are, or just let my reaction play out to it when we get all of the pieces to the puzzle. Now, with being the most wanted man in Florence, it would make sense for me to leave. However, the guy that killed my family had to go. I was not letting him get away after that. Right, now on my way out of Florence, I knew there was a trophy for throwing coins on the ground, so I took the opportunity very early on, and boom, another one to add to the list. I am now a man of the people. But it's time to get my ass out of here and head to Monteriggioni. As we leave, I get the trophy for completing sequence 2. I was just about to arrive in before this pleb decides to show up and try to stop me. This fight was short-lived as our uncle came to the rescue, and he gave us one of the worst dialogue lines ever.
Nice me. It's a me, Mario!
Anyway, all the family, or what's left of it, is back together at our new home. I take this opportunity to collect all 8 statues around the villa. This is really good to do early on as it gives you a sweet amount of cash to start the game with, and it also gives you a trophy for your efforts. But we must move on now with the story, and the game takes us to Tuscany, another beautiful Italian city. I have to say, Assassin's Creed 2 is definitely one of my favorite settings in the franchise. But why Tuscany? Well, that Muppet that we saw earlier that attempted wanted to kill us was still alive and he ran away like a child, but his time has come. The fight did not last long at all, as it was finally a one-on-one standoff and he stood no chance. Returning back to the villa, I collected some codex pages to finish off sequence 3. Since we were at the villa, it was time to upgrade the stronghold, and being the handyman that I am, I got another trophy. Also, another little tip here, try to upgrade this as soon as you can and as much as possible so you have no issues with cash flow in your playthrough. Back over in Florence, I get my 10th viewpoint synchronization done, and I guess you could say I like the view of this. The story leads us to a tomb. Now there are 6 of these scattered across the map, which I love doing. They are a mix of puzzles and parkour and were genuinely quite fun to play through. At the end of these tombs we get a seal, and we need to collect all 6 of these, as by collecting 6 it gives us access to Altair's armor, which is the most powerful armor in the game. I would definitely advise getting this as early in the game as possible. But before all that, we need to go into some lore. Right, so Ezio in this tomb discovers a plot from the Pazzi family, and these guys want to kill a friend of Ezio's, Lorenzo de' Medici, and his brother Giuliano. They wanted to do all of this during a public event. See what I mean about this game being a lot of family drama? But anyways, I can now get that seal that I was talking about, and then we leave the tomb and we get a trophy for doing this since it was our first one. It is now time to be an assassin by stopping the assassination attempt. Yeah, I don't really know how that one worked, but by protecting the Medici family, I get a trophy for killing 10 guys without being hit at once. This one was quite random and unexpected, but I'm glad I got it quite early. We did eventually get him to safety, and for some reason this guy caught me by surprise, so I killed him and it gave me a trophy. That was even more random. Distraction time. There was a tomb nearby, and like I said, I wanted to get these done as soon as possible since the armor is just too good. So here's another trophy for the second tomb down, and only 4 more to go. Distraction over, it was time to assassinate Francesco de' Pazzi to weaken the family even more, and then by doing this, that ends off sequence 4. Jumping into sequence 5, we head into a Templar lair, as we are now aware of the Templar being more active in the city. And then on my way out, I figured I'd use this time to grab a miscellaneous trophy here by performing an air assassination on a poisoned NPC. I'm glad this one's done and out the way. Then I did some street cleaning by putting 5 dead bodies in a bale of hay. I'm sure you can tell that there isn't much structure on how I get my trophies. I don't like rushing the story and then clean up after. This way is much more fun in my opinion. I've been pickpocketing people throughout playing, and the easiest way to get this trophy is to bribe this guy and then rob the 500 back. Do it twice and you get yourself an easy trophy. I made my way through the 3rd tomb here, getting ourselves another seal and then a trophy for the hard work. These trophies are just coming in hot. Doing all of this led to our first real encounter of Rodrigo Borgia, and understanding that he is the true puppet master behind all of this chaos that is unfolding, as well as realizing the true scope of the Templar threat. This now ends off sequence 5. Safe to say things are getting quite spicy now. Sequence 6 is a super short one. I head to Romagna and meet Caterina. Ezio, being the Riz Lord that he is, we save her on a boat and bring her back to safety. And yep, that was it. Sequence 6 is now done and dusted. We now have a Desmond segment to go through, and Lucy makes us press some buttons that she clearly can't reach, and all of a sudden we are now playing as Altair. This segment I thought was going to be some crazy lore, but it was just Altair having sex with a woman on top of a tower. Anyways, I get a trophy for re-entering the Animus again, so at least I did gain something. But we are now in Venice, and what an incredible city this is. I have to say, this city looks gorgeous. For a game that came out in 2009, it still holds up. And yes, I know this is the Ezio collection, however the remaster wasn't that crazy. It looks great on both. Now, doing a bunch of errands with Leonardo to get through the story, I had an idea to get some annoying trophies out the way. This first trophy was for stunning 4 guards at once by throwing sand in their face. It sounds really simple, but my god was it annoying. Thank god this one's done. Okay, story time. We get involved with some thieves from the Thieves Guild and teaming up with Antonio, who is the leader of this guild. This all led up to us infiltrating this palace to assassinate another old guy, and then this establishing our influence in Venice. While becoming the Merchant of Venice, this wraps up sequence 7. Time for another annoying trophy, and this one was for sweeping 5 guards at once. Again, sounds really simple, but it was just annoying to do. Either way, I got this one done and out of the way, and I am now a sweeper, keeping the streets clean once again. Since I was in the area, I got another tomb done and out of the way, and that is my 4th one done now, in before one of my favorite missions in the entire game. That's right, a tailing mission. While while eavesdropping. God, there's nothing worse than these. But no, my actual favorite mission is using the flying machine. And this is a first test run and it doesn't go too well. Leonardo does have a bright idea, however, to get fire pits across the city to send the flying machine back into the air like a hot air balloon. And it is time for the main event, using the flying machine to get into the palazzo. If you are playing the original version of the game, there is a missable trophy here which I'm about to get, Fly Swatter, for kicking a guard while using the flying machine. If you have the Ezio collection, there is another mission where this is possible, which is part of the DLC. Time for me now to go and do my job and assassinate someone, and doing this wraps up sequence 8. At this point in the game, I had unlocked a good portion of the map, so I figured now would be the time to do some side trophies. The first on the list was get the 2 remaining seals. Then it was over to a clothing store here to tint our clothes, just to find the perfect harmony between colours. Since I grabbed all of the seals, it was time to finally go and get Altair's armor set. And as I said, this is the best armor in the game, so get it as soon as possible. This totaled up the stronghold value to over 80% now, as I've been upgrading this as I've been playing. So that's a bonus for getting the armor. These next set of trophies literally took like 20 minutes to fly through, so let's get going on them. The first one being the assassination contract, as we are an assassin for hire after all. Then on to Macho Man, which was literally beating up this guy because he was cheating on his girl. Shame I couldn't kill him, to be honest. The next was literally as simple as winning a race against one of the thieves. Luckily for all these side missions, you only need to do one of each and not all of them. Then I went to go buy a painting, ticking off the art connoisseur, which was for buying a painting in Florence and Venice. This next trophy was completely by accident, and it was for spending 5,000 florins on the courtesans, aka the whores. Maybe I am a little red light addict. Fine, I'll get back on track with the main story now, and a good job I did because Leonardo just gave me a gun. Yeah, it's over for these fools in Italy. Then it was over to this carnival, which consisted of playing a bunch of mini games and proving our worth to get a golden mask. This golden mask was a ticket into a special event. However, it was extremely corrupt and it got robbed from us even though we won all of the games. So the only right thing to do was steal it back from them and then head into that event. This event was the perfect opportunity to shoot the Doge of Venezia, and then doing this took out another corrupt person in the city. This then ends sequence 9. It was time now to get some people out of jail as the big revolution was coming. While doing this, I realized that more of the map had been uncovered, and this meant I could get all of the final pieces of Subject 16's video, and I'm gonna let my reaction play out to that. Hey, let's go. Unlock all 20 pieces of Subject 16's videos. Let's go. I think I've seen this before, but let's watch it and enjoy it. Please don't do me in for nudity. Damn, they got moves. Oh. Adam and Eve, the Apple of Eden. Oh, it's sort of like the garden. It's all making sense now. Alright, let's crack on with the sequence 10 or something. Back to freeing some people from jail, and this time it was some mercenaries, so at least we weren't fighting this revolution on our own. The time had come to go and assassinate more people, so by taking down these 2 more targets, this thins down the amount of corrupt people in the city. We also find out here that the apple is about to be transported to Cyprus, so it is up to me to intercept that movement. But for now, that completes sequence 10. Everything seems to be falling into place now, and it was time to go get that apple. Before that, since the rest of the map is unlocked, I went and got the remaining feathers since I was only a couple off, and there it is, all 100 feathers collected. Then by depositing the feathers, I got the Auditore cape, and I knew there was a trophy for wearing it in every city, so I went and quickly did that to get it over with. With that being done, it was now down to the final side trophy, and that was for pretty much buying everything in the game. Because I kept upgrading the stronghold, I had loads of money, so this was really easy to do. Now that's it, all that is left to do is finish off the story of this beautiful game. Now we need to go get that apple, so the first thing I did was tail this guy. Yes, another tailing mission, but I then assassinated him and robbed his armor, so now we fit in with the crowd. Now I picked up the apple, but the job wasn't done yet. I carried it all the way through until I was face to face with the Spaniard, the true puppet master, Rodrigo Borgia. This fight was honestly so bad, but I don't know what you expect from a game from 2009. The fighting mechanics just aren't quite there yet. Then Uncle Mario came in in to join the fight, a little family reunion. Fatty did however manage to run away, but he did not get his hands on the apple. Turns out I am now the prophet of this game. This next scene, we essentially joined the Brotherhood of Assassins, and now with a leap of faith that ends off sequence 11 and gets us one step closer to that platinum trophy. With Leonardo, we are all baffled to what this apple is and what power it holds. Not long before trouble starts breaking loose in Forlì, so we must go and help Caterina again, and to be honest, Ezio probably looking for a hookup or something. Nonetheless, I gotta help the people of Forlì since it is under attack by some mercenaries, but during this big attack, the apple and Caterina's children are stolen. Not that she really cares though, but we'll go save the children nonetheless. Saving the children did not take long at all, as it was just sort of go here, get them, and that's about it. But once that's done, I kill the person that stole the apple and I reclaim it for myself once again, but for literally 3 seconds as it gets stolen, so I must go hunt down another guy to end off sequence 12. Now onto sequence 13, which is honestly terrible and unnecessarily long, so I'm going to speed through this. The guy that used the apple used it to brainwash a bunch of people in Florence, so I had to go kill all 9 of them. Then after doing all of that, the guy that was brainwashed was about to get burnt alive, so instead of letting him suffer, I took him out mercifully, and that wraps up sequence 13. Now heading back to the villa, I decrypted all of the codex pages which showed a map of the world before getting sent off to the Vatican. As we learned, that's where Fatty plans to use the Staff of Eden and the apple to open up some secrets. I make it over to where Fatty is and leading his cult, but of course I needed to put an end to that. I wish it was as simple as just air assassinating him, but he decided to put up a fight using the staff, and for some reason Ezio uses the apple to duplicate himself, and they did absolutely nothing during this fight. You know what, for a man that is so fat, he sure does manage to get a lot of running involved as he runs away once again. Luckily though, since he is fat, he can't run very fast nor far, so we caught up with him quite easily, and this time I was not letting him go, and I finally managed to assassinate him. Now we are right at the end of this story. I used the staff and the apple to go into this secret vault, and I am met with this person from an ancient civilization. She tells me that her civilization had been here before and helps humans in many ways. But now, as always, I'm going to leave you guys with my raw reaction and thoughts to the ending. If you did make it this far in the video, don't forget to drop a like, and please do subscribe to see what comes next. I'm absolutely loving making these videos, and it means I'm not getting burnt out of so many games. I'm enjoying each game that I play, and the video process is just fun to do. So thank you guys so much for watching, and enjoy my final thoughts on this amazing game.
What the fuck?
That's what I'm saying. That's the story done. So what do I need to do now? I like that. So we've got to find more temples. I assume they're in Brotherhood and Revelations. Let's go. Oh shit. We gotta go. Right, go. Oh, it's you! From AC1. Why is he just sitting and watching? Like, surely his driver can just go. Is that it? Is that the game done? Damn. The music is hitting right now. You know what? I love this game so much. Like, even the collectibles aren't bad. None of the trophies are particularly hard. It's just an enjoyable experience. Like, there's nothing really that bad about the game. Obviously, it's clunky in its own right, but it came out in 2009. It's not gonna be perfect, but also it is in its own way. The story for its time, incredible. He had me going across all of Italy, going to kill a bunch of people, and now I'm just vibing to the music. The music's amazing. The gameplay, it looks great, especially on the Ezio collection. Looks amazing. Let's go. An old friend returns. Escape the hideout. This is going to be it. This is the platinum for Assassin's Creed 2. Master Assassin. Unlock all trophies. Obviously, you know what's coming next. Brotherhood is on the list. I'm going to try and go through most, if not all, of the Assassin's Creed games. So let's get on with it. If you did enjoy the video, don't be sure to drop a like, comment what you want me to play, subscribe if you made it this far. Damn, I am rich. But let's go. This has been amazing. What an incredible game. What an incredible experience. And Ezio and I will see you in Brotherhood. Let's go.